Okay, this is our 5-minute overview of the gravity feed step ramp neuro field system. And the first thing you'll notice is we have two bags, and they are hanging on a tripod stand. These are joined together here. You turn this to unscrew it, so that's how it comes out of the travel case, and you screw these two pieces together, and then you extend these upwards to give you the height that you need in order to have the gravity feed give the pressure that you need for the patient. Okay, you can see two bladders are hanging here. This is a teeter-totter. Okay, as the emptier bag travels upwards, it will rise in pressure and provide more flow, and so it's sort of a smoothing of the two-step ramps together. When you're changing bags, you'll wait until the perfusate reaches about this level here. You start to see a little air drop in, and you're going to want to clamp this off at that point. And then you can remove the bag, set it on the table, get another bag out, and do the transfer by removing the pin and then pinning the next bladder and rehanging it. Okay, then you have to adjust the height of the bladders on the stand in order to get the pressure. The pressure will be read here manually, but it'll also be data logged using this little transducer here. The transducer has a thermocouple plug, and it's number 4, so it plugs into port number 4, T4, on our read logger. Okay, so there's 4 channels that we can log, and the last channel will be pressure. Okay, our little pressure transducer needs power, and we are including a power supply. It's 12 volts. Plug it in right there, and then the transducer also plugs in there. Okay, so this allows pressure to come from our circuit, and then we can read the pressure through the system here. Okay, moving on. The patient will be placed with the shoulders going across this way, head in here facing up. So you probably put this on the patient after they've had their carotids and jugulars worked on, and this is the circuit. These are the carotid cannulas. Aaron understands how to use those little Salasto bands there. This thermocouple is the arterial temperature. This is the temperature of the perfusate as it comes out of the heat exchanger, and this is a heat exchanger right here. The thermocouple is labeled number 1, and I think you'll know that this goes into port number 1 on the read. The heat exchanger on the other side, this is the inlet is the top, the outlet is the bottom. The inlet is the pump side, and the pump is inside of a protective cage so that ice crystals don't get into the intake. And that allows the liquid to get to the bottom of the pump a little easier inside there. You'll fill this with ice and enough water so that the pump doesn't cavitate to start with. Add about 250 milliliters of ethylene glycol. Automotive antifreeze works for that. And then once it stops to cavitate, then you're up and running. You should get 3 degrees Celsius at the arterial thermocouple. Okay, let's see. So this is the return line here. You'll set this on top of the ice and try to get it setting nice and straight so that we get the most surface area of ice flowing with return water ethylene glycol. And our little power supply has a plug. It's keyed, it only goes one way, and here is the power to the pump. So those two plug in together, and that'll do that. Let's see, we have a nasopharyngeal thermocouple. This is number 3, and number 2 is the jugular. So these are the effluent ports, and those you'll plug that into number 2 right there. That just about covers it. Oh, we do have a bubble trap so that if you do happen to get any air into the system when you're swapping out bags, it should get trapped by this. And if this gets too full, you can release a little bit of air through the stopcock right there. You want to run the system between 80 and 100 millimeters of mercury, and that should give you a good result.